entertained!
Yeah, Red Bull, are you not entertained? What else does this man need to do to prove himself and to prove that he needs and deserves that 2021 Red Bull Racing seat? In this episode, we're going to compare the performance of Sergio Perez and Alex Albon in 2020 and beyond. So let's start by looking at the points. I know, points aren't really painting a 100% accurate picture, but let's look at them for the fun of it. Sergio Perez at the moment is sitting pretty in 4th place in the Drivers' Championship with 125 points, while Alex Albon is in 8th place with 93 points. This means that no matter what happens in Abu Dhabi, Alex Albon will finish behind Sergio Perez in the standings. This doesn't really look good for Albon at the moment. If you take into consideration that Alex Albon is technically driving the second best car of the grid and Sergio Perez is driving the third best car of the grid, this again doesn't really help Albon at all. And when you look at the individual performance in every race, and when you see that Sergio Perez missed 2 races in Silverstone because of the coronavirus and is still ahead of Alex Albon, this really starts to not look good for Alex Albon. If you take away the points that Alex Albon gained in the 2 Silverstone rounds that Sergio Perez missed, it's another 14 points advantage in favor of Sergio Perez. This guy, on paper, in the championship, is way better than Alex Albon, on paper. But again, points don't really mean much, so let's look beyond the points. Let's look at their performances and at the trophies that they're going to take home at the end of the year. They both have 2 trophies. Alex Albon has 2 podiums, and Sergio Perez has a podium and a win. So let's look at how they got those podiums and how important they are in this discussion. Let's start with Alex Albon. Alex Albon got 2 podiums, one in Mugello and one in Bahrain. The one in Mugello actually wasn't 100% on merit. Let's be honest, I mean, a lot of cars DNF'd and his teammate didn't finish the race, he barely even started the race, and he actually didn't really deserve that 100%. Yes, he did some awesome overtaking maneuvers. Yes, he finished in 3rd at the end of the race, but let's be honest, it was a bit of luck involved. The other podium he got in Bahrain because Sergio Perez had a technical problem and his engine literally blew up. So the man he's fighting against was in 3rd place and a technical problem dropped him out of the race and put Alex Albon on that podium. Just as Max Verstappen said, I don't think that if you drive 30 or 40 seconds behind your teammate, that's a good thing. I can just be honest about it, right? It was a shame for Checo because I think he drove a very strong race. It's nice for Alex that he's on the podium. Yeah, he actually gave his brutally honest opinion on Alex Albon, and I totally agree. That was a bit lucky for Alex Albon. On the other hand, Sergio Perez got his podium in Turkey. And I just have to say that podium is 100% on merit. He started 3rd, he finished 2nd, he drove a flawless race. Nobody in front of him DNF'd, the race was perfect, he didn't get lucky, he just drove the race of a lifetime and finished 2nd. I know Lance Stroll dropped because of a really bad pit stop strategy, but honestly, he drove a perfect race and he 100% deserved that podium in Turkey. No doubt about it. He put his experience to good use, and in tricky conditions, he got a podium. The win, on the other hand, that he achieved in Sakir, you can say that the win was a bit lucky because the 2 Mercedes dropped out and Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc collided on the first lap. But if the Mercedes would have won the race, Sergio Perez would still have finished on the podium. And to be honest, he drove a great race. There was a bit of luck involved in that win, but honestly, a win is a win, no matter what. So they both go home with 2 trophies, 2 podiums for Albon, and a podium and a win for Sergio Perez. In my opinion, Sergio Perez's results are a lot better and speak volumes. But actually, let's ask another question. Why should Red Bull sign Sergio Perez? Let's not even talk about the 192 Grand Prix that this man has taken part of, or the 4 fastest laps, or the 10 podiums that this guy has. He's an experienced driver, he's an incredible driver, he's gentle with the tires, he has extraordinary experience in developing the car and in treating the tires just right. I honestly think that if he does go to Red Bull, he's going to play an important part in developing that car. I feel like Alex Albon doesn't really have a say in how that car is developed. Max Verstappen is the one who develops that car because he's the more experienced driver and is the team leader. But if Sergio Perez, with all his experience, does come into that team, I honestly think that his word is going to mean a whole of a lot more to Red Bull than Alex's word means. Because Perez is an experienced driver, and if he says something, I think it's safe to say that you should trust him because he knows what he's talking about. I think that he could actually help Red Bull develop a better car. Not only that, but I honestly think that he could get very, very close to Max Verstappen in qualifying. A 10th or 2 would actually be great. But honestly, I think that Perez can actually beat Max Verstappen in the race. Why? Well, it's simple. Experience. Sergio Perez is extraordinary at treating the tires just right, saving the tires, preserving the tires, and Max Verstappen is a bit more agitated and aggressive with the way he's driving, and I honestly think that in a head-to-head on a tricky track with tricky track conditions, Sergio Perez can actually manage those tires and get ahead on pure strategy. I honestly think that Perez can beat Max Verstappen in a race where tire strategy and tire treating is crucial. So let's end this short video with a harsh conclusion. Red Bull don't have any reason not to sign Sergio Perez. And they have all the reasons to fire Alex Albon. And if they don't sign Sergio Perez, if they don't sign the guy that performed incredibly well this year, that is at the peak of his career, that had the season of a lifetime, if they don't sign him, honestly, I think that it would damage their image. I think that everybody will know that Red Bull don't sign their drivers based on talent and performance, but based on something else. Based on the fact that Red Bull is 51% owned by a tie, or based on any other things, political or otherwise, but not on talent and performance. Everybody will know that. And I honestly think, even though they don't really care, but I honestly think that they will lose a lot of fans, including myself, if they don't sign Sergio Perez. Alex Albon, in all honesty, didn't perform this year. I had higher expectations, and just like in life, if you have a job and you don't perform, you are going to get fired, demoted, or you are going to suffer. Because that's just how things go. You have to perform, and Alex Albon isn't performing. I think that Red Bull don't have any reason not to take Perez, and I honestly hope that they are. So yeah, that was it. Stay safe and happy race watching.